gamers, I wanted to come back to Split Fiction real briefly because we're not going to finish the game. And that was something that I was not expecting given the caliber that these games come from with A Way Out and It Takes Two. And also the fact that for many people, Split Fiction is like probably one of their games of the year, at least top 5, something like that. And I did want to talk about it a little bit because we and Caro both realized that we hadn't played Split Fiction in a while, and we've got like probably an hour left, maybe 2. We both realized that we weren't that bothered, and I was like, yeah, what's going on there? And I got into a little chat with Chris about it, and I thought I should reflect my thoughts here because I don't dislike the game in any way. I'm just not enthralled by it. And that kind of makes me sad. I love the idea that somebody is investing like full on production time and budget and creativity and doing really well with it and a pure co-op experience because I love playing co-op. I adore it. Yeah, I do feel like these are kind of running into the Telltale situation. There aren't as many of them as they did with Telltale, but the formula from It Takes Two to here is very similar. Despite the fact they've created these gorgeous, and I cannot overstate this enough, gorgeous, wonderful set pieces that are just a sight to behold when they happen. The overall story is much weaker than I would say for It Takes Two. Like, it's trying to make a point about stealing creative ideas. I obviously can tell based on when the lead dev, I always forget his name, talked how passionate he is about the creative process and how much he values that individualistic style and the idea of just these megacorps collecting everybody's information and creating essentially AI generated content. I get how personal it is to them, but for the resonating with me, like the stuff in A Way Out, the two friends, two longtime friends being at odds with each other, or like a relationship falling apart around a child, is things that a lot of people can relate to a lot more. And I was way more invested in that than this. Maybe it's because we've been sort of inundated with this AI stuff, and it's so on the nose from the start. You kind of know where it's going. Like, it's done. I actually didn't know in It Takes Two would that relationship resolve. I kind of assumed it would, but maybe they agree after this is like, we're just separate people now. That time is over. And The Way Out had a ton of twists and turns that took me on that way. And this doesn't. Despite the fact the game is fun, it is the formulaic style of like, go to a new area, get some sort of gimmick, solve a couple of puzzles, and then move on. And for me, like, the idea of this pure co-op experience, it has no boundaries whatsoever in terms of what they can do with it. And the settings and the style of story delivery, especially when you both get divided. Like, there's a reason Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons was so good when it first appeared, and that it had that payoff at the end, which I won't spoil, that they know about. Like, they clearly know about this, and then they demonstrate it in A Way Out, and then it's been done before. But this doesn't really happen here. While you do divide, kind of, it's more objective completion. Then you're being taken on something different and having to communicate that with your partner in some way of like, this is what's happening to me right now. And I've got this information and this and this. So it did lack that for me. It felt, Split Fiction is fantastic. I would rate it as a solid A game. I think I would give it an A, but definitely I gave the others like pure S tier. This is just showing a little sign of like, okay, are we forming into a formula here? Am I surprised? I'm more surprised by the models and, like it's crazy teeth and things like that are happening. Rather than like, this is taking me on a journey that me and my... I don't consider this game memorable. I remember... then that's what me and Carol kind of were thinking. Story hasn't grabbed us. And then I think about it, it's like, oh yeah, there was a car section and a boat section and then a plane section. But beyond that, is it sticking with me? No, it's not. But I still think it's a very, very good game. I just don't have any plans right now to finish it in any way. And I know some of you like that finishing point to happen with the games we play. It's not always going to happen, especially if I'm like, I'd rather play something else. And that's where I'm at, essentially. Like, it's a very, very good game. I'd be interested to see your thoughts on it, because I know how fun... I know this is like one of those takes where people are like, what are you saying? This game is extremely good. And this game is even better with non-gamer friends. And I think that might be where it's going. And that's fine. That's really cool. I know a lot of people play it with their either friends or partners who aren't gamers in any way, because it's very simple. and you can enjoy it and have fun. You've got jump and attack, essentially. And that's great. That's really good. Certainly for, I guess, you know, a couple of like more invested gamers, it just didn't quite hit the mark for me. So I just wanted to address that and understand my reasons. I don't think it's a bad game by any means. I just have no excitement to go back and finish it, even though there's very little left. I've kind of it's definitely different to Destiny 2, where I was like, I can't bear to play this game anymore despite the fact I'm on the last mission, so I'm just not going to do it. This is more a case of like, maybe one day. But am I like, we have to finish this, like, you know, like I've had with Valheim and Jordan? No. No, I haven't. So I hope that makes sense. I'm interested to see your thoughts on it. But I imagine for most of you, I had the best time ever with my friends, and I'm envious a little bit because don't feel that way. All right. Bye, guys.